just following a little bit on what Martin was talking about, he talked about that one-page strategic plan. I took a photocopy of that, or a photo of that, when we did this a couple sessions ago. So I have it on my phone. I'm more than happy to email that out to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this piece of paper around. If you're interested in that one-page strategic document, if you could just write down your name, club, and your email address, and I'd be more than happy to send that along to you, either this afternoon or tomorrow or Monday morning, whatever. So, and then you guys will have it. It's really handy. It's a one-pager. It's a really quick document that you can have at your clubs for new people and for those of us who have dusted off our document and can't remember what it said or whatever. So, really, really good idea. So, my name's Mary Turner. I am the district governor nominee. I am the princess in waiting. I follow Christine, who's the queen, and Dan, who is the king, and then Martin is the prince. He follows me. So now you kind of have the ideas of where we fall in the pecking order. So whether you were voluntold, whether it was a dream come true for you to be president, or whether somebody was just tapping on your shoulder and you got tired of them tapping on your shoulder, so you decided to take on their role, it's all very cool. I just have to put this down for a minute. So every club has a culture. And in Olds, where I'm from Rotary Club of Olds, we have a culture. It has this very fancy bling. I got this very fancy bling in Australia when I was at the international conference, and I couldn't resist it. I kind of bought it as a bit of a gag gift, but now it is the thing that all of the presidents in Olds get to wear when we have our passing of the gavel. So if you ever find yourself living in Olds and becoming Rotarian and becoming president in Olds, this is what you get for fancy regalia when you become a member of our club. Just to introduce, and I did it as a gag gift, honest to goodness I did, and now it's the thing. Everybody looks for the passing of the gavel and the passing of the fancy medal and necklace. But every club has a culture. And when you become president, your culture will change. You'll do things a little differently than the person before you, and the person following you will do things differently again. And that's normal, and that's healthy, and that's to be expected. So, better get it on my clicker here so that we can keep up with where we are going. There we go. All right. So, let's talk about your leadership style. The Harvard School of Business says that if you want to get better, you have to want to get better. And are you willing to try new things that might feel a little uncomfortable to get there? All right? Okay. So, we need to know a little bit about you, a little bit about your board, and a little bit about the people in your club. I have a background in recreation, I'll just tell you. My first degree is in recreation administration. Not to be worried, this is not scary, this is actually lots of fun, but because there's so many people, I'm just going to tell you what we're going to do, and we're not going to actually do it, unless you want to play a game.
Play a game?
No, okay, I'll tell you. Fair enough, okay. This is something that's really easy to do with your club, with your board, or however big you want to draw the circle. I would suggest that you do it with your whole club. Here's the instructions. Take a roll of toilet paper, give it to the members in your club. You instruct them to take whatever they need. That's it. Don't. Okay, we'll do this with Herky's table. Okay.
I'm never sitting with you again.
So you just take how much you need. I don't mind. We got time. So anybody who's participated in this in previous learning sessions need to just play along with the game, and you know who you're talking about. So just take how much you need. That's all the instructions are that you give to your club. I'll just wait until everyone has taken how much they need. I love doing this at camp. I love doing this at camp because, of course, the kids, the teenagers particularly, they take lots of toilet paper because they need lots. Those teenagers. Are we ready? No, another minute or two. Just take how much you need. So that's all you give. That's all the instructions you do. Just take how much you need. How are we doing? Good? Is everybody done? You're good? All right. Oh, just about. What happened to Mohammed? He left.
Well, he's the president.
Oh, he's the president. He's in the other room. Okay, he's excused.
But he gets hugs all the time.
I know. You got to come to Olds, I tell you. It's the best. All right, so everybody's got their toilet paper. So those are the instructions. You take however much you need. All right, next thing you need to do is count how many squares you have. Quick, quick. Count them. How many squares have you got? Next thing, I want you to tell me one thing about yourself for every square of paper that the people at your table do not know.
So that's why you only took 2.
Tell me one thing about yourself that nobody else in your table knows about you. You can tailor this to be whatever topic of conversation you want to get information about. It could be brainstorming new activities for Rotary. It could be brainstorming fundraising ideas. It could be brainstorming boots on the ground community service ideas. It could be talking about yourself. What is your background? What are your skills and talents? What are the things that keep you up at night? What scares you? What are the things you need to work on personally to grow forward in Rotary? It could be whatever topic you want. But it's an icebreaker, it's a non-threatening one, and it's kind of fun. So, it's a way to get to know yourself, it's a way to get to know your board, it's a way to get to know your club. And you're going to use this information in the next coming slides. What did I do with my clicker? There we go. Sorry, I tend to wander around. I'm a past middle school teacher, so I have to keep people moving. There we go. All right. So, these are the people that are on your team. This is your board, okay? How did they get there? How did these people get elected? What document have you got in your club that got these people where they are? What's it called? Begins with a B. Bylaws. Thank you. Your club bylaws. If you don't know where your club bylaws are, now is the time to find them.
They're on that shelf, Mary.
Okay, they're beside your strategic plan. Yeah. Might be a good time to take a look at them. I'm going to take a look at them for a couple of reasons. One is this provides you with your guidance to how you structure your board, how you elect these people, what their term of office is, what they're doing, all of those kinds of things. Typically, these folks are here in a 1-year period of time. They flip over every year. It's a 1-year term. Most people are only president for 1 year. That's what the rules say, but lots of times it's extended. Or maybe you take a few sessions like Fran coming along for a 4th time round as a charm. Anyway, your bylaws will help you with this. Sometimes, okay, and then as president-elect, you're going to use your bylaws to appoint your directors, your committee chairs. You're going to prepare your leadership team and get to know who your supports are, like your assistant district governor. In Olds, we're trialing some new bylaws. So bylaws are ratified at your annual general meeting, but there's no harm in trying things to see if they work. So this year in Olds, we decided that we're going to restructure the way we do things. We're going to use it as a trial. We're using this year right now as a trial to see how it works. And we're going to see if this is something the club wants to live with as far as a new format. And if it is, then we will ratify these bylaws at our annual general meeting. But until then, we're just kind of trialing them. It needs to be a living document. It needs to be up to date, because if things go sideways, that's the document that you're going to pull from to get yourself back on track. Just like your strategic plan, it needs to be updated and it needs to be a living document, okay? And again, they are ratified at your AGM, so you have to wait until that time period to actually make them formal. Do you know your assistant district governors? There's a couple in the room. Yeah, there's 4 in the room. Can you put your hands up, you guys? All right, thank you very much. These people are incredible because they have knowledge and communication skills and links to the district and links to the clubs, and they are waiting for the phone call, right, Martin? So they're very helpful in helping you with all of these kinds of things and others as well. As president, when that July 1st day rolls around, it's your job to provide clear communication to the club, including your assistant district governor, about what's going on in your club. You need to be recognizing achievements of your club members, motivating members to reach goals, and listening to members to ensure their needs are met. Goes back to the toilet paper thing. If people are keen about doing certain things in Rotary, they have goals, they have ideas, you need to listen and you need to make sure that they're able to fulfill that, because that's all part of being a volunteer and being a participant in Rotary. So very, very important that if you're doing that toilet paper exercise or others, that you're listening. Okay. You guys are going to be club leaders, really. Well, you are club leaders already, but as of July the 1st, you're going to be in the driver's seat. I know that when I was club president, I had some really cool ideas that I wanted to hopefully do during my term, and I'm sure you do too. So what I'd like you to do now is to think about just one thing that you want to do as club president, whether it's something that's not happening right now in your club or something that needs a tweak to make it a little better, or something that you want to change. I want you to think about one thing and then talk amongst your group as to how you're going to engage the rest of your club members to get on board with that idea. Okay, so I'll just give you a couple minutes and then we're going to go through that. All right, so some really great ideas, you guys, and it'll be fun to watch these things evolve over the next couple of months. Okay, so how are you going to get the resources you need to enable these dreams of yours to come to fruition? How are you? Okay, you could call Martin Harvey for sure. I think we didn't actually tell him ahead of time we'd be making phone calls this morning, did we? It's okay. He's waiting for the call, and it's in your books, and you have the number in your book. So if you didn't write it down when Martin was speaking, it's already recorded in your book. Okay, so call Martin Harvey. What other resources have you got to help you fulfill these dreams and these goals for your club? How are you going to know what you don't know? How are you going to make this work? Ideas. Martin Harvey. What else? What are other ideas? Just shout them out. Pardon? AGs, your assistant district governors. What else? Past presidents. What if you're terrified, like my husband, of picking up the phone? How can you get information? Email? Where else can you find information on Rotary stuff? The web. The district website, the Rotary International website has amazing stuff. They've got videos on how to do things. They've got manuals on how to do things. It's just incredible. You could spend your whole day doing nothing but reading Rotary information and becoming really excited and engaged in what's out there.
Mary,
Yes, sir.
can I
Neil.
make a suggestion too, that on the Rotary the District 5360.ca website, there's a tremendous amount of material there, including a whole list of membership resources as well. We heard some comment about membership and retention at our table when we were discussing.
Fabulous. Yeah, there's lots of resources out there, and don't hesitate to reach out to other Rotarians, past presidents, your AGs, your district governors, all of those people that are listed on our district website in the leadership team. They're all happy to help you, so please don't hesitate to call. Rotary is a team. It's not a one-man show, it's a team, so we're all here to support each other and be successful. I think one of the really neat things that's happening now in our district is we're getting more club collaboration. We don't need to reinvent the wheel every time. If one club has been successful doing something, let's follow what they did. One of the cool things that I've been doing in Olds is I've been trying to teach our other club members how to write a district grant. So one of the tools that I'm using is I'm using past successful district grants. Why reinvent the wheel when some other club has been successful in writing the same kind of grant you want to write, and it's been approved by district, and it's sitting on the district resources for you to watch over and look at it and read. So, you know, we're all here to help each other out, so don't hesitate to reach out when you're looking for help or support. All right, so you've got all these great ideas, you've got your resources, you're ready to go. How are you going to keep that energy going? At one of our sessions, I think it was in Calgary, Martin, we were talking about health, right? So as Rotarians are always the people that have 101 things on the go. They're the busiest people in the community. I know it because we know it. If you're a busy person and you want to get something done, ask a Rotarian, it'll get done. How do the Rotarians keep it going at the end of the day and the end of the week? I think it's really important for yourself to stay healthy, to exercise, to have a good diet, to try and, you know, delegate as much as possible. Stay healthy. Other than staying healthy, where do you get some of your motivation to carry on all of these dreams and wishes of yourselves? Well, sometimes we've had a Rotary moment. Sometimes we've been involved in organizations, opportunities either here or abroad that has really pulled on the heartstrings and given you that Rotary moment. Sometimes you haven't had one, and that's okay too. We don't all necessarily have had a Rotary moment yet. It will happen, not to worry. But lots of times, even listening to motivational speakers or talking to other Rotarians or anything like that will give you that extra energy and motivation to do things. I want to encourage everybody to come to the district conference. District conference is going to be in my hometown of Olds. It's not too far up the highway. It's the first weekend in May. If you haven't got it written down in your day timers, please, like in middle school, please pull out your phones and write down May the 3rd to the 5th, and make sure that's carved in stone, and make sure you register on our district website. The really cool thing about district conferences is it's an opportunity to get to know other Rotarians in our district, to celebrate what we've done already as a district, to communicate with each other, and to collaborate with each other. So that when I pick up the phone to Sherry, I actually know what she looks like. I know who she is, I know what club she's from, and we can have a conversation because we met face to face today. So, you know, it's a great opportunity to have that collaboration, and you'll get so inspired, honestly. If you haven't been to a district conference, now's the time to start coming. All right, so we've talked about this a little bit already. We've talked about how to get people inspired. Communication is key. Make sure that they're engaged in whether you call it a strategic plan, whether you call it goals for your club. I don't really care what you call it, but as long as you have a club direction and a club focus and everybody's on board rowing in the same direction, you'll find that the motivation and the passion comes. Remember to call district if you need any kind of support. All right, we're all volunteers. We all come with passion, we all come with motivation, we all come with energy. How are you going to make sure that it works to keep all of this going forward in the right direction? Well, I'll tell you a little short story. In my world, I do a lot of physician recruitment in rural communities, particularly in Olds. And we've had lots of success. I think in the last 10 years, we went from 6 doctors to now 21 in our community. And one of the things that I've found with success with recruiting is that you need to find the right fit and not a fill. With respect, everyone can wear a stethoscope. Not everyone can practice in rural Alberta. There's a fit, not a fill. When you're looking around your table, around your board, around your club, make sure that the people with passion for the areas of opportunity fit. If I'm passionate about youth services and I'm sitting in the international chair, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to do my job. It's not going to work. If I'm passionate about youth services and that's where I am, I'm going to tell my friends, I'm going to spread the love. It's going to be amazing. Your youth program will blossom. It'll be fabulous. So make sure that when you're sitting around, that you're putting the right fit in the right places to be successful at the end of the day. Fit, not fill. Back when we first started this opportunity to come to all of the communities and have this conversation, Rick Eisted asked me, he said, Mary, what are the 5 things that you didn't know when you took on president that you'd be really helpful to know for future presidents? So here's my top 5 things that I wish I'd known when I was in your shoes. First one, a monthly schedule of what needs to be done when, and I've included it in your booklets. How many people know what March is for? What's the month of March for? Water and sanitation. I didn't know that when I was president. I didn't know that every month had a theme and that you could get speakers to actually match that theme and tie things together. What a novel idea. I didn't know that, so now you guys know that. It also includes things like getting your MOU signed on time, making sure your district grants are in on time, making sure you register for district conferences on time, all of those things. International conference is coming up in June. If you want to go, there's opportunities to do that now too. It's all in your book. And keep in mind that every club is different. Every club has its own culture. Every club has its own activities. So please use that calendar and plug in your club activities into that calendar so that it can help you and the people that follow you after your term is done. Become familiar with your district resources. There's tons of stuff, like we've talked about it already. Make sure that you're aware of what those resources are so that they can help you through your year. Strategic plan is very important, whether it's goals or strategic plan or direction, whatever you want to call it. It gives you the guiding light for your club and for your year. It'll be very helpful. The year will fly by in a blink. Have fun. Plan more social things. I was such a taskmaster to get through everything that was on my list all the time that I kind of didn't put fun at the front, and it should be at the front because that's what Rotary's all about, right? We're lots of good friends together, and you need to plan more social and more fun things. So make sure you do that. And lastly, the things that I could have done better is to delegate. It is a team effort. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to micromanage everything. You can delegate to other people and enjoy the ride. So please delegate because there is a lot on your plate. Lastly, I guess this is a quote that I read when I was in Australia recently, and it really resonates with me. It's to always remember the power of a simple smile, a helpful hand, a listening ear, and a kind word. And I just want to thank you again for taking time out of your Saturday to be here together. I hope that you are becoming engaged and excited about your year to come and about Rotary. I do welcome you to Olds in May, so I really do hope you can come. And thank you again for all you do for Rotary.